that would help update this?
No new test results. Yeah, as I said last Friday, I mean, I've been doing this, in this business for 20 years, and this is the case where the puzzles fit, or the pieces to the puzzle fit absolutely perfectly. So hopefully, no doubt in anybody's mind. Again, to remind everybody, the multivitamin, which was organic, plant-based, said lab tested on it, very benign supplement, turned out to have 1/10,000th of one dose. So basically, this drug, LGD4033, is taken in a pill form, usually a milligram or two, and 1/10,000th was what was located in the capsule, and it correlated perfectly to the levels that were in his urine sample, which range, right around the 50 picogram range. So, not only did it provide, a perfect, very clear answer, but it also gave us a lot of, confidence in this threshold issue that we're putting forward. Because, this is exactly what we don't want to do, is punish someone and stop someone from fighting when they have these ultra low levels that are giving them unequivocally, and that was the word from the USADA scientists, unequivocally no performance enhancing benefit.
Jeff, I think part of the confusion was, as you said, you're these thresholds,
yep,
but they haven't really been publicly announced yet, and so it kind of feels a little bit from the outside like, are we making this up as we go along? So, are there plans to announce these changes more publicly so that we know they're available?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's going to be next week. And look, the reason why we haven't done that is we want to be as comprehensive as possible. We are scouring over the approximately 13,000 tests we've done in this program, looking at the positives, talking to other professional sports leagues, talking to some of the scientists who actually invented some of these substances. So we want to be as thorough as possible. Luckily, from an optics standpoint, we had Neil Magny out in California on the 15th at that stakeholder meeting, and he talked exactly about this issue and this same substance. So I think that shows that, look, this wasn't, treating Nate special because he's the main event for the BMF belt. So that was 2 days before USADA notified us of that initial, low level. So the 15th, Magny was out in California, talked about this issue, and then the 17th, 2 days later, is when we first learned about Nate.
I know you said you didn't do anything, differently or unique because it was main event, but it was done really, really fast. I know you guys worked hard on timing, but can other fighters expect that type of, expeditious nature of handling?
Yeah, we're absolutely, and that myself and Donna Marcolini, that's what we do, and that's kind of the beauty of having an independent administrator of your program, is it frees us up to be an advocate for the athlete, to be eyes and ears, so that when something like this happens, we can, put our stuff into action. Look, if anyone's, criticizing us for all hands on deck getting this done quick for a main event fight, okay, bring that on. That's just a reality. But every other fighter on the roster is going to get our help and our services just like, we did with Nate in this case.
The last thing for me, Jeff, you said you're looking at all 13,000 tests and that sort of thing. I've seen some fighters wondering, would there be any retroactive, look at previous cases? Of course, suspensions that have been handled have been happening. There's nothing you can do, but
yeah,
you could potentially clear somebody's name, right, by saying, what, these in the past were considered positives. We don't consider them positives anymore, so we're wiping the slate. Is that something that would be looked at?
Yeah, potentially. There's provision in our policy called Lex Meteor, and it basically gives you the benefit of any rule changes retroactively. So that's a possibility. Yeah, it's difficult. Look, we're acting as fast as we can, but I know it's cliche, but it's true. We go on the best science available at the time, and 2-3 years ago, we just didn't have the science here. And that's what we've been doing, over this last year. I think I first spoke about the issue of thresholds publicly when I did Rogan last December. So again, this is no secret. This is not, for those of you thinking that, this is not because this is Nate Diaz and the BMF title. This was in the works for, almost a year now. The World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA, under whose prohibited list we operate, they've had a working group, and this is public knowledge, for about the last year looking at this threshold issue. They haven't come to an agreement yet. We basically said, look, we can't wait any longer. This is absolutely the right thing to do. We keep seeing this more and more. We live in a more and more contaminated world. We're going to continue to see it more, and we need to do something immediately.